am Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. And greetings from Houston, Texas. Today we want to show you around some sights around Houston, Texas that you need to see when you're passing through this beautiful city. So come along with us.
Thanks.
And there are way too many murals in this city to go into depth on, but everywhere you look, they're all over the city. We're going to start with one of the most iconic things that you'll see in Houston, and that is the water wall. And this is really good looking in the video, but it is amazing in person. This is one of those you have to see to really take it all in.
Absolutely.
Plus the sound of the water, and you're going to get a little wet no matter where you stand around this thing. There's spray. Yeah. This is what you normally see as the inside of the water wall. And it is just incredible. This is the back side of it. And this is out amongst those huge big trees that you saw. And it's one of those things you have to take a moment and stop and see. There's a parking garage right there by it that was very inexpensive. Now, one of the things that Houston is known for is food halls. And we were told they're not like a food court. They're all upscale. We're showing you this one first. This one was the post-market food hall. And we're showing you this one because we ate there, but this was not our favorite one. We'll show you some other alternatives on down in the video. This one was closer to food court type food. I went to Taco Fuego and got a Texas taco and Mexican street corn. You had Nashville hot chicken sandwich with kimchi on it, mac and cheese, and banana pudding. Everything was okay, but it wasn't that special to write home about we were looking for. Now,
this place was really cool.
Yeah, on Dallas Street, this is kind of the nightlife and party area, but the Houston sign that you saw in our thumbnail, the Beatles statue, and this whole area on the weekends, I'm sure, is just packed full of people, I should say. There's breweries, distilleries, all sorts of things down here. Be careful where you park. We parked on street, which cost us $1.15. If we had parked in the big parking lot, their least expensive parking option went till midnight and was $30. So just be careful where you park in that area, because the parking prices vary greatly. You could even rent scooters there in the area.
Or whatever those things were that people were riding around in.
Now, there's a lot of parks in Houston. People in Houston love their outdoor space, and this is just a small neighborhood park called Smither Park. And the whole area is glass mosaic, whether it's the sidewalks, whether it's the decorative walls around it, or even their amphitheater. And the jury's still out. Did we kind of decide this was like a fish mouth?
I think so. You can see the teeth at the top.
Mm-hmm. The picnic tables, everything is mosaic in here. You can see the different influences there. The Spanish influence comes with the Day of the Dead. I like the guitar.
I do too.
I thought that was really neat. The guitar body in grass in the middle of it.
And it was being used.
Yeah. We were there early afternoon, I would guess, and it looked like a lot of people had grabbed food and came down there and were sitting there in the sunshine enjoying their lunch. Some people were swinging.
Yes, we were.
I I think Maggie was enjoying that.
Yes, she was.
It is pet friendly. Maggie was not the only dog that was there at the time.
I think it had a pet station.
It did. There was another one looking for scraps, I think.
I think so. I love that. I love Mosaic anyway.
It was just a fun little quirky park. Now, this is Buffalo Bayou Brewery, and we'll show you the Buffalo Bayou Park coming up here in a moment. But this is a brewery right there in that area. It is dog friendly. They've got a nice little patio, but you can go up onto their third floor. And from the third floor, you've got some beautiful views.
Yes, that city is beautiful.
This area is all being changed into their art district. So all of these areas down along the railroad tracks are now art studios, and it's kind of the up-and-coming neighborhood. Coming back down from the third floor, this is where you first walk in, and they have some of their own brews that they have right there on the premises. And this is one that was only available at the brewery, and it was really good. Next up is Buffalo Bayou Park. Now, there are tons of parks in Houston. We stopped by Memorial Park, very active park, but Buffalo Bayou is a little bit different. It runs along the Buffalo Bayou, the river. The area does flood
tremendously.
So it's never been really developed, but it's been left as this beautiful park. And you talk about an area that is well used and well loved.
And it's manicured all the way up and down it. It's beautiful.
And they were out there working on it while we were there.
You could push a stroller or a wheelchair on it easily.
There was, over on the right-hand side, there was a teepee set up there.
Yeah.
And they have companies that you can tell them you want to have a certain theme of a picnic, and that's what that was. They brought out a teepee and spread out a blanket, and a couple was there having a real nice little lunch.
Yeah.
This is the bayou itself, and it runs right through the middle of the park. But unlike some of the other parks in the area, this one has a lot of different
segments.
And different attractions throughout the park. This is the Houston Police Officers Memorial. And this is actually kind of in the middle of the park. We kind of parked along the middle of it and walked both directions from there. There's some areas that are a little bit more on the swampy looking side. I like they had these words embedded in the ground throughout the park, and they were pretty neat.
Now, there's not a lot of parking.
No, there is parking along the one side of it, and it is a metered parking. Was not expensive. We had a 3-hour park on it, and we used almost all of it.
Yeah.
This is their skate park. And just a quick note, if you need a restroom, I think this is about the only restroom in the park at the skate park.
Yes, it was.
They've got a nice little picnic area, children's playground right there across from it. This is their visitor center. And one of the things this park is known for is the original Houston cistern. This is where the water for the entire city was gathered. It was built in 1926. There's only a couple of days a week it is open. You can schedule a tour for it. We didn't happen to be there on a day that it was open for a tour. But beautiful green spaces. There was volleyball set up. There's a rose garden. You name it, whatever you are looking for your relaxation in the middle of the city, it's here.
Bicycling is a huge thing to do.
This was a series of 7 of these sculptures set up near one of the corners. Now, next up is the dog park, the Johnny Steele Dog Park.
Oh my gosh.
Never in my life have I seen a dog park like this. If you go in through those gates, that's for small dogs. The larger dogs have a water area, which you can see a pretty German Shepherd out there enjoying.
This thing is massive. I was expecting to see wild animals over at the far side of it.
Yeah, this whole area back there is all dog park. It is absolutely incredible.
Emerge.
Yes, just emerging from the ground
Yep.
there by the dog park. And again, flowers everywhere. This fountain caught our eye on the way through.
I love that.
There's just lots to see and do right here in this park. And I think we took our 3 hours on the meter and spent that walking through the park. The Waugh Bridge, where Waugh Street crosses the park, is known for their bat colony. And there are 250,000 bats that make the underside of that bridge their home.
Don't walk through there barefoot.
No.
And don't touch the railing.
There you can tell that the bats live up in the bridge. You can't see them. They're up inside those cracks, but you can hear them.
You can hear them and you can smell them.
And I guess if you get there just as it's turning dark, that's when they come out. And they do have signs that if you see a grounded bat, a bat on the ground, don't approach it.
But do let them know.
Mm-hmm.
They had phone numbers.
Now, Houston's known for their sporting events, and NRG Stadium is the new stadium. The Astrodome is over there beside it on its right. We were not able to get very close to this. It's in a secured area, and we weren't able to get very close at all to either stadium. But it surprised me looking at the new stadium how small the Astrodome looks.
Yeah.
That's one reason I wanted to include that in here. The Astrodome was kind of the end-all be-all at its time, and it looks kind of small now.
It's a little mushroom.
Yeah. Now, another park, Sam Houston Park. This one we've included because of the Heritage Society. The Heritage Society has 7 buildings from the mid-1800s. There's this cabin, but they go all the way to the other extreme of homes also. Now you can, again, certain hours, they do offer guided tours of the homes and more of the history on them. Would definitely be time well spent. And they do have little signs out in front that will tell you the exact year that the structure was built and what its history is. This rose garden behind this one was just beautiful.
It's amazing to see the highway all the way around it and then the tall buildings behind them.
Mm-hmm. At the end of it, there was a nice little pond, yeah, that you could walk around. And the homes all come up to the pond and wrap around the park. But they are beautiful. I always think it's neat to see those homes from the mid-1800s and those glass skyscrapers there behind it.
Yeah.
There was a turtle chilling out.
I wasn't sure if that turtle was real or not.
It did move. And the ducks. And those trees.
Yeah.
Now next up, we decided to try another food hall, and this is the Railway Heights Market food hall. And they've got a nice green space out in front for the kids to play. Again, the swings seem to be a recurring theme.
Yeah.
We went in the lower level, and the lower level is the Station 8 coffee. And there you can see the upper level. But when you get to the upstairs, there's a nice little flower stand there. There were some gifty type places, jewelry, a few of those sort of things in the very beginning. And then you went into Mediterranean, Latin, Asian, There was American, there was burgers and cheesesteaks, sushi, quite a variety. And this is more what we expected from what we had been hearing about food halls.
Yeah.
That was falafel and a gyro.
It was good.
And I did a sushi roll that was absolutely incredible.
Yes, Maggie got to eat.
They do have a bar there. I mean, you name it, they've got it. And you can see the the train line. The railroad is still active and in use right there. Transportation on a bigger scale is the Space Center Houston. Again, Houston is a large city, and it is the 4th largest city in the United States. And when we got there were no more tours left for the day at the Space Center, so that's on our list to come back to the next time. But when you park, you're greeted with this, the Space Shuttle piggybacking at 747. So we wanted to at least bring you what we saw from there. They do have trolley tours that'll take you around the entire campus. They also now have a SpaceX Falcon 9. These are the ones that come back and land themselves. You can see those pieces are what come out and enable it to stand upright when it lands. And right up there, those pieces that are sticking out are what steer it as it's coming back down for its landing.
It's come such a long ways.
Yeah, that one was well used. That one had been up, it looked like, a few times.
Yeah.
Probably the smallest park we've ever been in is the American Statesmanship Park.
It's tiny. Right there it is.
A tribute to American statesmen, George Washington, Lincoln, Sam Houston, and
Austin.
Yes, Austin.
I can't think of his first
Father
name.
of Texas.
Yes.
Now, if you look around this metropolitan area, 2.4 million people, this is the middle of the afternoon in downtown Houston, and you don't see any people. There's a reason for that.
It's almost like a ghost town.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. We're on the 13th floor of a parking garage, showing you the city skyline here. And we came to this particular parking garage. It's the McKinney Place garage for a reason. We had to go down steps 1 floor to catch the elevator on 12. And when you go into the elevator, you press the button beside tunnel. Downtown Houston has a maze of tunnels underneath the downtown. And this is why you don't see people walking on the streets. If it's raining, if it's hot and humid, as it is many days of the year in Houston, you don't have to go outside to go between buildings. If you're working downtown, you can come down here and not only get lunch, get your hair cut, get a manicure,
shoe shine,
shoe repair. We saw it all down here. It is amazing. And the later in the day it goes, the busier it gets. The restaurants that are down here all do breakfast and lunch.
Evidently, we were there when people were actually working.
Yes, yes, we were there mid-morning.
Yes.
So in between their breakfast and their lunch. But even if you can't get a space in a parking garage close to where you work, you can park, take the elevator down to the tunnels, and have a nice air-conditioned walk to where you work.
That's right.
Now this is where the one tunnel goes into one city center. There's a little history about downtown Houston there on the wall. Now the tunnels do kind of go up and go down, I guess to match the where they go into the buildings at. but they're really nice. They're really top notch. Now, Hermann Park is another big park. We just wanted to show you two highlights from there. That was the Sam Houston statue. We're going to wait on one of their mass transit electric trains to go by. And we come to Meekin Fountain. This again is one of those kind of iconic Houston shots. Meekin Fountain is 3 fountains there. We are showing you both of these on the move because
it's in the middle of a circle.
It's in the middle of a circle. There's no place to really park and get out and take a look at it. So thank you to Cathy for holding our GoPro on a stick out the sunroof of the car. It worked beautiful. Now, if you see these crazy looking cars, it looks like fun. This is St. Arnold, which is Texas's oldest craft brewery. And you can see the brewery right down at the end of that street, but this is their restaurant and beer garden. This was absolutely, far and away, the best food stop we made. Oh
yeah, absolutely.
This was great. We were in the outdoor area. Again, it is pet friendly. They have a huge TV that happened to be playing Houston baseball while we were there. And I like how they have the shrubs in there in between the tables to give you a little bit of privacy. The menus are all off a QR code. Just scan them with your smartphone. And we got the Texas Vacation flight, which I thought was appropriate. A good sampling, really, really good brews. You had a Cuban sandwich that looked amazing.
It was good.
And I had the Major Mushroom pizza, which was phenomenal.
Maggie's licking her lips.
Now, this was inside, and the inside was really neat the way it was all done.
Also has little private areas.
And they're all painted. It takes on the whole muraling that you see in Houston. They do have an area with swag. They do have some of their brews canned and cold that you can take with you. To me, that's a must stop. That would definitely be a place I would return to. And I love the big champagne glass fountain out there in the middle. Now, next up is the San Jacinto Battleground. This was the site of a major battle in Texas's freedom from Mexico. And they have built this monument that you can see from miles away. It looks like a kind of a commercial area. There's a lot of refineries in that area because it does border the water. But you go past the refineries and you're in this area, and it's just beautiful. I love the big 3-dimensional Texas star on the top of the tower.
Those clouds were pretty amazing.
Now, they do have a museum inside. Again, check the days and times. I believe it's only open Wednesday through Sunday, so we again missed the timing on this. All the way around it is inscribed the stories of the battles for Texas's independence. And the big reflection pool out in front of it. Quite a way to end our time in Houston.
That's right.
So Cathy, what did you think of our time in Houston?
I really liked it. It's a great city.
I came to this thinking it would be similar to Dallas because that was the only other big city in Texas I'd been to. It's very different from Dallas. but it has been a lot of fun. We hope you've enjoyed Houston as much as we have. If you have enjoyed the video, leave us a thumbs up. We sure appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so and ring that notification bell. That way you'll know when every one of our new videos come out.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.
Thanks for watching today.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out.
Don't forget to follow us on social media too.